Guo Xingwan and Chen Fanghui hijacked that of Tung and Si, but wonderful to watch. Up next, it's the men's doubles. Chen Zirui and Lin Yuqia, the youngsters from Chinese Taipei, taking on the daddies, Ahsan and Setiawan, who are on the brink of yet another final in their illustrious and glittering career. This is the draw. Those are the last four in the draw for the men's doubles. He and Ren, well, probably one of the most informed men's doubles pairs right now, are taking on Chung, Honjian and Heikel from Malaysia, that are actually quickly turning into the top men's doubles pair. No disrespect to Aaron Chan and So Woo-yik. Chen and Lin, of course, will face them or Ahsan and Setiawan in the final. Well, one thing this pair certainly isn't lacking is height. That's Chen Zirui. And here they come again. You know, Aaron, I said earlier that the latest final in their illustrious career, I had to stop there because I would not be able to count the amount of finals that they've been in the last 20 years of playing. I'm sure it's written down somewhere. I'm sure the net has it.
Keep scrolling, Steve.
Yeah, no, it's a big, big page when it comes to them. Well, in the era of the first meeting between these two players, in the era of the BWF World Tour, and that's since 2018, it's been 4 titles and 14 runner-ups, so that's already 18 finals that they've been in. But I'm guessing Super Series, you have 18 titles and 10 runners, 28, right? Super Series level.
Receive, Chen receive.
And that's not counting their careers before they were paired up.
Yeah, 7 and 3, 10 at the Grand Prix, so that's 10, 38 plus 48, so you're looking at around 52 titles or 52 finals that they've been in, from Grand Prix to Super Series to World Tour. It's over half a century. Unbelievable.
Yeah, between them they have several careers for several pairs.
Yeah. I said it's you know, it's
for several
it's
lifetimes as well.
And you're right. Yesterday, of all the titles that I was putting to accolades, I missed out the Olympic gold. That wasn't actually with Ahsan though. That was Marcus Kido, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that he won that with. Individually or together. Now there's Chen Zirui. Look at that, 190 centimeters, 21 years old. Could that be a problem for Ahsan and Setiawan? I think we're probably going to see them again testing out this pair to see how good they are. I'm just worried about, with the age factor, unforced errors and position on court, because that's the first two things. 24 years old is his partner, Lin Yuqia. Now, together, they were quarterfinalists at the Polish Open, they were third at the Orléans Masters, and they won the Portugal International Challenge. So, some success at the International Challenge Series, but I think you'll agree with me. And this is what they did, of course, this week. Tongkam in 27 minutes, Chok and Kok 19 minutes, and Arif and Yap, that's probably the hardest game that they had, and that was 34 minutes in straight games. Impressive stats, but with all due respect to them, not the highest grade.
No, but still that last win.
Yes, that was good. I said Arif and Yap have been very, very useful recently. Henry Setiawan, 39 years old. Do I have to go through what they've done? We just said it. They've been to 52 finals over 20 years. I think that is the overreaching stat. But this year, as I said, they haven't been in a final this year. They were second last year, runner-up. I think it was to Aaron Chan and So Woo-yik. I'm not sure. In 23, it was quarterfinals in the French, Arctic, Hong Kong, and also at the World Championships. But this would be their first semi-final and their first final if they make it.
Well, I put it to you, Jeev, that it's Ahsan who is more hungry, because Ahsan doesn't have an Aussie Open title, but
that's right.
Hendra does.
So looking at Defalki and Tang, Kuo and Lee, and Kusuma Wadana and Ramadan, we watched that yesterday, of course. Straight games, everything under half an hour. So both pairs are flawless up to this point. That's Chiaki Miyazaki in the umpire's chair. And she should be joined by, Freak Koksalu in the service judge position. Well, as I said, flawless all week from both pairs. Massive gap. I mean, it's almost a chasm of experience between them. And I wonder if this height, 190 centimeters, for Chen Jirei, is going to make the difference. It's one of those little and large combinations.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chen Jirei and Li Yuqie, Chinese Taipei. And on my left, Muhammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan, Indonesia. Muhammad Ahsan to serve to Chen Jirei. Level play.
Well, willing to play out the opening rally.
Subs over, 1 love.
190 centimeters, that's almost 6'3".
Can we think of anybody else who's that tall in doubles?
The only, I mean, it's in mixed doubles, obviously, Feng Yangzhe is 6'5",
Right.
but that's mixed. In men's doubles, I really can't think. Wang Qilin.
Wang
And
Qilin?
it's either Wang Qilin or Li Yang. I can't remember which one.
Wang Qilin's the tall one.
Wang Qilin's the tall one.
Well,
They
maybe
were,
there's
of course.
something in the water in Chinese Taipei.
Maybe, it might be. I think it's the milk.
One, two.
Unless there's something very special in the water, but I think generally speaking, it's milk that makes these growth spurts. That's a nice pickup for a big man. Well, so far, that size has been
Subs
working.
over, 3-1.
But we saw this yesterday from Ahsan and Setiawan, willing to soak up the pressure.
Going through their checklist.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a quick checklist for them as well.
Subs over, 2-3.
And once they've identified 3 or 4 areas where they can score, they will almost just focus on those areas. For the youngsters on the other side, I mean, let's face it, Chen Jirei is 21 years old. That's pretty much when Ahsan and Setiawan started their careers. He was in the maternity ward.
And the great thing is that they get to play each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it wasn't for certain.
No, that's true. 5-2 up.
Subs over, 3-5.
That's an interesting fact. Ahsan has never won an Australian Open title. Wow.
Subs over,
Neither is Li Chongwei.
3.
Li Chongwei never won the Australian Open?
No, he's not a completist.
Yeah, I guess.
Doesn't have the full set.
Subs over,
Well, I'm guessing when he was playing, it was a Super 300, right? So, was he, not playing in there because it was a Super 300?
He had many chances for a Super Series level participation.
Oh, that's right. Before it was, before the World Tour, you're right. Now, Ahsan and Setiawan have got a bit of a read on what's going on. That back line might just be a good source of points for them.
5.
I'm expecting the youngsters to have a bit more in terms of unforced errors.
Lim.
And Ahsan and Setiawan will warm up into quite the compact output.
Service for gold, too high. Subs over, 7.
It's such a love for
5.
badminton to be playing for the duration that they have. Never tempted away to do anything else, especially going to coaching. I would have expected
Subs
Ahsan and
over,
Setiawan to have made that move into kind of Indonesian coaching for doubles.
I also like the fact that they went away, played with different partners,
Yeah.
and then came back
And then
as
came
well.
back, yeah. Well, I'm guessing the coaching role might still be on for when they do, whenever they do retire. Look at that, he played that. It was muscle memory. Great cross into the corner.
7-all.
You know, Hendrik could have had 2 Australian Open titles. For those who've been coming into the stadium every year,
Yeah.
he made it to the final with Tan Boon Hyung in a scratch partnership.
8-7.
Wow, that is quite the partnership. Tan Boon Hyung was one of the players at one time who had the fastest serve in the world.
World record smash.
Yeah. Now that's been completely blown away, by the way, by
By
Satwick in
Satwick.
Chile, 565 kilometers an hour.
9-7.
Interesting enough, do you know which women's doubles player has the fastest smash?
Women's dot. Is it the Malaysian?
No, Mayu Matsumoto.
Service over.
Mayu Matsumoto?
372 or something. It's quite.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
It was Pearly Tan for a bit, yes. Pearly Tan. I think it was Pearly, it wasn't Tina. But yeah, no, that got ousted. There's a whole list that came out. I think it was last month of all the fastest smashes.
That sounds more believable. Mayu's smash.
Yeah, yeah.
Being
Because
on the
she's
list.
exactly, yeah. You know, you look at the build as well. So Ahsan and Setiawan, while we've been having a great chat, have taken the mid-game interval 11-8.
Do they need notes?
I was just about to say, how do you coach a pair like that?
20 seconds.
But I guess the important thing is to still, you know, have that third pair of eyes from the outside. What they can't, they know what to do on court, right? But having that third pair, maybe they missed something.
Maybe they missed something.
11, 8.
Could be the conditions as well, but
Play.
they must be a very easy pair to coach. Conversely, on the other side, Chen and Lin, well, they've got everything to learn. Interestingly enough, since Ahsan and Setiawan have taken the lead, they've actually sat back now, and they're willing to defend. They were very aggressive. I guess that's the exuberance of youth. They came out of the starting blocks firing, but now a little bit more wary of their opponents. 12-8.
One of the things that Lin Dan used to do as his career was coming into its autumn phase was that he played based on
9,
reputation,
12.
and people would be afraid until at such point they weren't afraid. So I think with Ahsan and Setiawan, they probably know that some people are not afraid, but you know, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what the reputation
If
gets
they're
us.
not,
How many points reputation can take.
10.
But I know what you mean. I mean, if you're
12.
playing Lin Dan and you're a 21-year-old, shaky knees when you're coming out of the tunnel, right? Because you kind of know, hold on, this is...
Unless you're Lo Ken Yu.
Yes,
Service
that's
for
right.
gold, Too high.
While even Lo Ken Yu, I mean,
Service
that was a
over.
great world championship that he won.
10.
Since then, things have, you know, I've read articles about him. In fact, some may have even been written by you, where he was looking to try new things and bring things into his game, but it hasn't really paid off.
I think it takes a little while to brew.
Out.
Yeah, I guess. to
I'm
find
not
that.
worried for Lo Ken Yu.
So, challenge coming in from Chen and Lin. He looks bigger than 6'2".
I saw him warming up. I didn't realize how tall he was.
It's also because his partner is well, not as tall. Let's describe him the right way. But this little and large combination has been working its way into doubles a lot more now. Here it comes, and that is Out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Well, they're learning about challenges, they're learning about
14,
court craft, they're learning
10.
about pace of rallies. It is
Play.
impressive that they've made it to the semis anyway. I say that again, even with a massive amount of withdrawals from the men's doubles draw. I think there were 20 Australian
15,
pairs in the men's
10.
draw from the start to fill up the places because of the withdrawals. But still, saying that, for me, it's a great achievement to make it to the semifinals, to beat all
11,
those
15.
pairs come through. 5 days of action so far that they've been essentially firing.
Twelve, 15.
Well, 12-15, but I'm expecting Ahsan and Setiawan to keep this at least 3-point buffer. I can't really see them. They can read serves
Serves over.
straight from the
16,
racket.
12.
So casual.
So casual, yeah.
17,
But it's so casual because
12.
both the Indonesians really don't have cognitive load at the moment.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't say that about their opponents, not just today, but
Well,
any other day.
We were just talking about reputation and how it can scare
18,
people. I think
12.
when that service just now that Ahsan didn't even bother looking over his shoulder, it's that kind of reaction that's going to scare the life out of you as a young player.
Oh,
And now they've collapsed. I mean,
19, 12.
whether it's those off the cuff, off the hip shots from Setiawan or, you know, the no-look reads from Ahsan,
Serves over.
the points are
13,
falling quicker
19.
for them. Well, that looked like it was just out, actually, but no challenge coming, and
14,
Ahsan and Setiawan
19.
again looking very much in control.
Even if they don't coast on reputation, the Indonesian pair, as far as range of shots, that can pull them through as well.
Serves
Yeah,
over.
yeah, they have a
20.
vast,
Game point.
you know, I like to
14.
think of it as like a quiver with arrows in it, and I mean, theirs is full to the max. Every shot you could possibly think of. There's another off-the-cuff reply, just casual rotation by them, 21-14, there you go.
First game won by Mohammad Ahsan and Hendrik Setiawan, 21-14.
Well, 11 minutes that took. So getting back on court now, and interestingly enough, the coach didn't turn up this time for them. And that chat that they're having, well, after playing together for so long, that chat could be about the movie they watched yesterday. It could be about something they saw on the street this morning. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the game anymore.
I'd really like to see the Chinese Taipei pair do something fundamentally different. I'll put
yeah, I mean, that would be great, but what? What exactly would that
So we were
be?
talking earlier about how being effective has nothing to do with great TV.
Yes. Yeah.
They haven't made the Indonesian players move.
That's true.
So
That's
why
true.
not play some women's doubles?
Low.
Yeah.
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 Let's see whether
Mix it
Ahsan's
up a
going
little
to
bit.
move, because we know that Ahsan's not going to overstretch.
Well, they're certainly not. I mean, I would expect at their age, but if you started using the flanks a bit more, you're right, trying to stretch them. But I guess if they're going to do that, then they're going to have to get a handle on the rally first, because right now, these are 4 or 5 shot rallies before it's over.
That's right. It's only a 4-5 shot rally because they're letting the Indonesians come forward.
That's true. That's true.
Or let themselves be outfoxed, but you can't outfox a really, really high clear.
Yeah. Well, change of ends. Let's see if that makes a difference for them. That was a nice backhand from Chen.
But I know it's controversial, but that's why I said if they played women's doubles, it's not great TV. But
Yeah.
you want to be effective.
Well, that was a little bit more sting from Ahsan.
And I didn't mean to use women's doubles pejoratively.
Best to clear that up right now.
All the disciplines have been cross-pollinating. What I meant was use the
but
full court.
I think it's a fact. I think we're willing to push and say it's a fact now that women's doubles is using the full court. It does have longer rallies. 211 shot rally. I was actually the guy commentating during that match. That took about 5 minutes, that rally.
Were you?
Yeah. It was huge. The Pearly Town and Tina match. I think it was against the Korean pair. But I said, don't quote me on that, but it went on. I mean, it went on for so long, all 4 ladies got tired. And they actually had to take
one. I
a...
remember that one.
They had to take a kind of 2-minute training break at the back. It was just clearing until they all found the energy to go on again. But
I did the commentary for Pearly and Tina at the Sydney International.
But they are suspicious, by the way, because they always get into really long rallies like that. But it might help them. You're right, Chen and Lin. Right now, if they could bring in different styles of play. One thing they certainly shouldn't do is look for easy kills against Ahsan and Setiawan, because I think Ahsan and Setiawan are going to draw out the rallies and nullify those kind of attacking points. You're not going to beat them with outright winners down the line or through the middle especially. So that's one thing you can cross off in terms of the science of it. Well, that worked that time. Nice little hook from the front court from Lin. See, now that's, I mean, Ahsan missed that, but that was how these rallies have been going. It starts off with an attacking force coming from Chinese Taipei, but then there's just 1 or 2 lifts that are too high, and immediately it turns the other way. Yeah, it was great in that mixed doubles match that we watched just now with Tang and Si and Guo and Chen, because it would move within the rally. They attack, they'd defend, they'd attack, they'd defend, and then someone would come through.
Well, yesterday I was talking about the evolution of Ahsan, and now I want to talk about the evolution of them as a pair. And they play very much with the different momentums of the shuttle, where the other pair can't do that much on a particular lift shot.
Yeah. Well, a couple of errors there by Ahsan.
Service over. 5-9.
So 5-9. And one encouraging start for Chen and Lin in this second game, but still. Ooh, that was in. It's a little bit wide for Setiawan, but this is around the part of the first game where they started moving in terms of points. And as I said, this was around the area in the first game where Ahsan and Setiawan kind of had enough of being behind and decided to go forward. And that led to an 11-minute 21-14 win in the first. Wonderful shot from Ahsan at the back. Wow. And then he leaves that. Well, if we get to see those last three shots on the replay, look at this pickup at the back, which he lifted into front court. If we get to see it. No, I don't think we are.
You know who Lin is slightly reminding me of? Kitanupong from Thailand.
Yeah, right.
Very effective on the flat. Very, very kinetic on court.
He's about that size as well. He's that, you know, that's... Plays with Kedron, right?
Plays with Kedron.
Kedron, yeah. Who's also that size.
Service over 9-10.
Jomko, that's the one.
Jomko. Jomko, who plays with Taysempra in mixed doubles.
Yes, that's right.
Service over 11-9.
You knew who I was talking about.
I did. I get them always.
You could visually.
As I said, when it comes to Thai doubles players, I get them mixed up a lot.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Players on court. Play.
So, very important passage of play for Chen and Lin. From what we've seen so far, oh, look at that. That's great from Lin, but it's mathematical. The way Ahsan and Setiawan are playing, it's very likely from this position that they're going to push on.
Well, they're the masters of grabbing blocks of 3 points here, 3 points there, aren't they?
Like when they want to, it seems. And that's what they've been doing this week. Now, the other thing I was going to ask you, has there ever been a run in men's doubles where every match they played all week was under 30 minutes? Because right now, this is under 30 minutes for them as well, up to the final. It's been 27, 26. It's been very fast play from them. They haven't had to face a third game, which is the real kind of, you know, in terms of pushing the time.
Normally, you'd say you want to have some tough games going into the final, but for them, I think they've had tough games their whole life.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's like, I think they're going to be happy. As I said, what's really important for Ahsan and Setiawan is the fact that they haven't been in a final in 2024.
Service over 12-all.
They made the semi-finals of the Arctic Open and the Hong Kong Open last year. And I'm sure in their minds that that's got to be a benchmark for them. They have to get somewhere. That's another wonderful shot into the corner from Setiawan.
13-12.
Oh, Ahsan jumps up, intercepts that right at the top of the shot.
12.
And that is a 2-point lead for them. Ooh, that's gone wide. Just a bit loose on that return.
Service over. 13-14.
Wow, this is a great little patch for Chen and Lin. I mean, due to mistakes, of course, from Ahsan and Setiawan, but still,
14 all.
wouldn't it be quite the story if they could snatch this second game?
Well, yesterday, Hendra was hitting outright winners on his smash, which he probably hasn't done in a while. But it's not happening here. So
Ahsan, again, was a little bit shaky in the second game yesterday, and he's now dropped one at the net as well. 15-14. Best chance yet for Chen and Lin. So good at reading the lines, Ahsan.
And such a classic ploy. You know you're heading to a big man who's got a big return, and if he's a little bit nervous, he'll just power it through and hit it long.
And he's 21 as well, yeah, so he's going to try and showcase his smash, but it might just be a little out of control. Oh, that's out. So 16-15.
16-15.
Now this is going to be a test for Ahsan and Setiawan. If they want to do this in two, then it's going to call for a run of points, one of their classic run of points.
Service over. 16 all.
Nice little trick there by Setiawan to catch the shuttle. That is in.
Mohammad Ahsan challenges.
Well, we can also deduce that Lin and Chen more cohesive as a pair than the Aussie-Indonesian pair yesterday.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that is in, and this is now the first real challenge for Ahsan and Setiawan. They're 17-16 down.
Service over.
And this might just be, I mean, there's a chance that this could be the first game
Play.
that they concede. That's out too.
That's out too.
18-16.
18-16.
A third mistake in a row. 19-16. I mean, it's strange that the headlining story in this match is that they might concede a game, but it certainly looks like that headline might be created. Can they rescue themselves from this situation with their vast amounts of experience? Great drop into front court from Chen and Lin, and it's 4 game points.
I like that decision.
Game point 16.
Well, this is going to give the youngsters a whole boost of confidence. They've done it. Not yet. That was almost. I was almost willing that shuttle to go across it. It certainly looked that way from up here, but no, netted it. 6'3", went straight through the net almost. And now they've done it. 21-17, and it's on to a third.
And Liu Chen, 21-17. One game all. Final game. Level. Play.
Well, this is a new experience for Ahsan and Setiawan, this week anyway, having to play a third deciding game. I wonder if we're going to see them a little bit more focused now. And that's not saying they weren't focused before, I'm just saying that it did look a little bit, as we said, casual from them in the first two games. Now Ahsan immediately on the attack. Yeah, I think we're going to see a different Ahsan and Setiawan now.
We are.
One.
There's so many different Ahsans and Setiawans.
Well, this one should have a little bit more incisive attack and power. A super series, Ahsan and Setiawan, maybe. A Grand Prix, Ahsan and Setiawan. Still, great move down the middle.
It is a great
Lin.
move. That's the kind of thing that players of his height, stature, Lin,
Yeah.
Kitanupong's stature, can
Yeah.
do very well.
Well, it's amazing. The first 4 points of the third game have just been pacey and very attacking minded. And they're almost crouching now, Ahsan and Setiawan. They were almost just standing beforehand and shooting from the hip. Well, I don't want to look too far forward, Aaron, but if these youngsters beat Ahsan and Setiawan, that's going to be great for a headline as to what happened on semi-finals day. They're going to have a huge boost of confidence after taking that second game.
I'm trying to channel Chen and be in the zone with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, pairs are racing through points here in the third. Well, it's He Jiting and Ren Zhang Yu against Chung and Heikel in the other men's doubles semi-final. As I said earlier, Chung and Heikel doing very well, that pair from Malaysia.
That semi-final is a final in itself.
Yeah, yeah, so I mean, it depends. I mean, if it's He and Ren that get to the final, that's in. use the challenge.
One challenge remaining.
So the youngsters now down to one challenge for the
5,
rest of the third
3.
game.
Play.
The youngsters have to save their pinch me moments for
Yeah.
after the match.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
Oh, that was a little bit too reflex return from Setiawan.
Service over. 4-5.
Well, if they can just keep pace, Chen and Lin, with the score board, they can do exactly what they did in the second game. Oh, what a return by Ahsan. Wonderful shot, but
It is a
look at the
wonderful shot.
counter. That was a great shot from Setiawan, but the counter was incredible.
5-all.
I reckon that shot was even better than Chen thought it,
Yeah.
it was going to be.
Play on.
Oh, this is turning into quite the match now. 5-all.
Service over. 6-5.
Nice return by Setiawan.
7-5.
Oh, look at that touch in by Lin.
Service over.
They've been doing that a number of times to Ahsan to draw him
6,
forward. He's not willing to come forward.
Well, certainly in the first two games, they weren't willing to move even a foot either side. Now they're looking a little bit more sprightly. It's worth putting the effort in, even at 36 and 39. Big smash from Hendra.
Service over. 8-6.
I'm definitely liking that variation on those drop shots. Just taking the pace off in a very interesting way. Keeping it a little bit floaty when they see Ahsan just that little bit behind the half court.
Well, Lin has been stepping up here. Oh, right down the middle and on the money. They've opened up a 3-point lead.
9-6.
Now pushing the envelope a bit.
10-6.
I make that the third flick serve by Ahsan against Chen.
Change end.
Absolutely. 11-6 at the break.
Coach, return to your chair. Players on board.
So they're back on court. This is it. The conclusion of this match.
11-6.
The youngsters starting with a 5-point deficit. Ooh, great pressure. The big man at the back, Chen Zirui. Job one is to tie up the score.
Even though they're in deficit, Chen and Lin, they're doing the right thing. Again, it's deliberate like the Hong Kong pair, and it's making results. A bit patchy, but deliberate is better than just hoping for lucky winners.
Right. That's great pressure from Chen, who was flush with the net, allowing absolutely no reaction time.
8-11.
Good start to the second part of game 3.
Lin of Chinese Taipei, he knows he's the one who has to instigate the
Yeah.
rally for his side.
Ooh, out of position. Well, well, well.
Service over. 12-8.
Ahsan comes in big at the back. That's, you know, they take these shots, as you said before, so casually,
8.
but the accuracy of them has been remarkable. They certainly know how to close out games from the 52-odd finals that they've been in since 2005.
8.
That's the variety of shot we were talking about as well.
Oh, wow.
Service over.
And in that mix of variety, there's some odd momentum shots that I was referring to as well, where you have to think, but then it's too late. Shuttle's
Yeah,
gone over you.
Yeah. Well, Hendra saw that Chen was struggling on that side of the court, and he was immediately targeted there.
Service over.
So this is what goes through your head as you're a doubles player, and it goes behind you. You think, I can't see my opponent. I have to hit something. I've got choice 1, he could be there. I've got choice 2, he could be there. And then you end up just not hitting it.
Yeah. Well, this is
16.
an enforced
9.
collapse is how I'm going to describe it. Ahsan and Setiawan are just pushing and pushing, putting all the pressure on, and Chen and Lin crumbling a little. 16-9 now, and looking more and more unlikely. It's down the line from Ahsan.
Chen and Lin will take good lessons away from this.
Yeah, definitely. And they'll always have that second game, which they did win legitimately by closing it out.
Yes,
The
they
last
don't
few
have to
points.
fix the winners.
Yeah. Ooh, that's costly. That's long at the back. 18-9.
9.
Well, there's just certain things you get from playing together for so long, and
10.
Ahsan and Setiawan
18.
effortlessly switched into a higher gear for this third game. So, uphill task for Chen and Lin.
11. 18.
Ahsan trying to be a little bit too creative on the right side. Mistake by Lin.
Service over. 19. 11.
Which is odd, he's been so good at that position at the net. Deep serve, that's another one. So it is 9 match points.
20. Match point. 11. Game.
And that's it. 21-11. Ahsan and Setiawan have, well, as we counted it, made it to final number 53. But do check that. I mean, there's a lot of stats to get through if you want to get to it. Their first final of 2024, that's what's important, from their first semi-final of 2024.
Hear the adulation.
It was close anyway, even just a 14-minute game in the end. So 42 minutes in total. And they are through to the final as they take their bows. And it's going to be a big final on Sunday. I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of Shazad Haq, who will see you through the rest of the semi-finals for Saturday. Up next, it is the big ones. Tanya Bapasa and Angela Yu taking on Kasuma and Pratiwi. Don't go anywhere.
Who was with you earlier on.